Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be talking about the hard truths of being a freelance graphic designer. Being a freelance graphic designer can be really challenging, but it can also be really rewarding. There's a lot of things that I've learned along the way that you should know before you get started as a freelance graphic designer. So let's dive in. First and foremost, it's important to have a strong portfolio. Your portfolio is kind of like your calling card, and it's what potential clients are going to use to decide if they want to work with you. So make sure your portfolio showcases your best work and really highlights your strengths as a designer. When creating your portfolio, it's really important to keep in mind the kind of work that you want to be doing and tailor your portfolio accordingly. For example, if you really want to create logos, you want to make sure that you've included past logo designs in your portfolio. Similarly, if you are really into web design, you want to make sure that you're putting out your best web design work in your portfolio. Now, this may be a little controversial, but I think that it's really important for you to showcase a wide variety of techniques and skills in your portfolio. This not only shows potential clients that you're versatile and skilled in different areas, but it also makes sure that your portfolio doesn't become one note and repetitive. And if you're looking to improve your current portfolio, the best way to do so is to solicit feedback from other designers and professionals in the industry. You can join design groups online like Facebook or other online forums and share your work and ask for feedback. You could also find other local designers in your community and share your work with them and ask for constructive criticism there. This is really going to help you identify areas where you can improve your portfolio and craft it so that it's more effective in attracting ideal clients. Hard truth number 2, time management is key. As a freelancer, you're going to need to be able to juggle multiple projects at one time and meet all the deadlines. So it's important to have a system in place that's going to help you manage your time and make sure that you're staying organized. Here are a few tips that helped me continue to stay organized as my business grew and kept my sanity in check. Number 1, create a schedule. The best way to effectively manage your time is to create a schedule or a to-do list. This can help you stay organized and make sure that you're completing all of the tasks that you need to within a certain time frame. Make sure you're prioritizing the most important tasks and make sure you're scheduling them at the time of the day that you are most productive. That is really key. Number 2, use a time tracking tool. There are several time tracking tools online or apps, free and paid. It just depends on what you want out there for you to use. And I highly recommend you getting one so that you know how much time you're spending on tasks and you manage them accordingly. Bonus tip, as you grow, this is going to help you identify where you are spending too much time on certain tasks that you're going to want to offload later. Number 3, learn to say no. As a freelancer, I know it can be super tempting to say yes to every opportunity and everything that comes your way, especially when you're just starting out. However, it's super important that you learn to say no to jobs or projects that simply don't align with your skills or your interest or things that you just don't have the time for. This will help you avoid overloading your schedule so that you can ensure that you are providing high quality work to your clients. All right, third hard truth, it is important that you understand your finances. As a freelancer, you're responsible for managing your own income, expenses, and taxes. So it's super important that you have a good understanding of all 3 of those. I am not a tax professional or finance professional, so I highly recommend that you speak to one of those. But here are a few tips that have helped me with managing my finances. First, track your income and expenses. First, you'll want to set a budget, and then you'll want to make sure that you're tracking everything that comes in and goes out of your business. This will help you identify areas that you are overspending or not generating enough income in. Second, save for taxes. As a freelancer, you are responsible for paying your own taxes. So you'll want to set aside a portion of your income every month to pay those taxes. The worst thing to do is to just let it slide, not save or set that aside, and then come the end of the year, you have a huge portion that you have not accounted for. Again, I am not a tax professional, so make sure that you speak to a tax professional to understand how much you should be setting aside and when you should be making payments on it. Thirdly, invoice promptly. As soon as you book a client, make sure you invoice them promptly. And it's my personal advice to you that you do not start work until the invoice is paid. It's one thing if you set up a payment plan with your client, but in general, I advise that you are paid upfront before any work is started. Don't ask me how I know. Fourthly, diversify your income sources. Again, don't ask me how I know, but avoid relying too heavily on a single client or a single offering to provide all of your income. This could include offering different types of services like branding or web design, but it could also look like offering different passive products like courses or low ticket offers. And the fifth tip is invest in your business. I'm sure you've all heard the old adage, it takes money to make money. Now, that's not always true. You don't have to have money to start, but as your business continues to grow and evolve, it is imperative that you start investing back into your business. This could look like purchasing new equipment or attending industry events, or even purchasing new courses to improve your skills. While these expenses might seem like a burden in the short term, I promise that in the long run, they do turn into attracting more clients and generating more income. The fourth hard truth is networking is critical. As a freelancer, you're going to need to be constantly looking and attracting new potential clients. Since I am naturally very introverted, this one was difficult for me, but you want to make sure that you're constantly putting yourself out there and building those relationships with other designers, agencies, and potential clients. Here are a few places that I personally have built my network through. Number one, by attending industry events or conferences. Attending industry events like conferences, workshops, and meetups is a great way to meet other professionals and learn new trends and best practices. Here's a bonus tip: attend some conferences that aren't in your industry, like marketing. Not only will you learn great tips and tricks for your own business, but you will be put into rooms with tons of potential clients who need your services. Number two, join online communities. There are many online communities and groups for graphic designers like Facebook and LinkedIn. You can use these to connect, share your work, give your feedback, and even ask questions. And the third tip for networking is collaborate with other professionals. By collaborating with other professionals like copywriters or photographers or web developers, you can then expand your offering and attract new clients. Make sure to reach out to other professionals whose work complements your own, and then you can go and look for opportunities for you two to work together on. The last hard truth is delivering quality work and excellent customer service is truly the most essential thing that will build your business. Why? Because happy clients leads to more referrals and more repeat business. Once you have acquired a new client, you have an amazing opportunity to really wow them and make it so that they never want to work with somebody else again. You would be surprised at how many of my clients just started out as $50 to $100 projects, and then they've turned into thousands in customer lifetime value. Here are a few ways to make sure you are delivering your best work and exceeding your customers' expectations. Number one, make sure you understand your client's needs. Before you start any project, make sure that you understand your client's needs, goals, and expectations. You may want to have an onboarding call or a questionnaire where you can ask them all of the questions that you need to complete the project, or you could create a brief that outlines the scope of the work that you will be completing for the client and when it will be done. Number two, set realistic timelines. When you're working on a project, make sure that you're setting realistic timelines for yourself and communicating those with your client. This will help prevent you from overpromising and undelivering, which will lead to a bad reputation and unhappy clients. Number 3, pay attention to detail. As a graphic designer, people are expecting you to pay attention to detail. Make sure you are double checking your work for typos, misalignments, or any other errors before delivering it to your client. Number 4, communicate regularly. Throughout the project, make sure you're communicating regularly with your client to update them on the progress of the project and make sure that they have any questions and concerns answered. This helps you build a strong working relationship and ensures that you are actually going to be delivering what the client needs and expects. Number 5, and I know this can seem scary, but seek feedback from your client. After you deliver the final product to your client, make sure that you ask for feedback to make sure that there are no changes that need to be made and that they are 100% happy with the final delivery. So those are my top 5 things that you need to know before starting as a freelance graphic designer. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, I have a waitlist for my course that is launching this year on how to become a graphic designer without having to go to college. And if you would like more information on that, I will place a link below for you to hop on that waitlist too. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.